Greetings. An assumption, though false, if persisted in, will harden into fact. But before you assume, what you need to do is know what you desire. So you have a burning desire of something you would like to have or to be in this world. You are given the instruction to be clear about what you want. Be definite, be detailed, and make sure that you write it down in the present tense. And though it is an assumption, and though to you it may seem false, if persisted in, it would become a hardened objective fact in this three-dimensional physical world, because you're walking by law and order, and you're operating the inner science, or the spiritual inner science of alchemy, where you can alchemize your energy into reality. What do I mean by that? The very first thing you have to know that is that everything is actually based on energy, vibration, and frequency. And you are actually a mass of energy. So when you have thoughts, they are vibrational frequency. And your brain is a transmitter and a receiver of such frequency. So the real intelligence doesn't really come from your brain. The real intelligence comes from your consciousness. And consciousness is your true essence. It's the only reality there is. And that is why consciousness or energy, it cannot be created or destroyed, but it can be transmuted. So you can transmute your consciousness or your energy into the equivalent of money, into the equivalent of whatever you would like to be, or equivalent to whatever you would like to have in this world. In short, I am saying to you that thoughts become things. But repetition is very important. That is why I am saying to you that an assumption, though false, if persisted in. You see, persistence is faith. But if you grew up and was taught to be religious and superstitious, they make you believe that faith is you blindly believing and hoping that something will happen without the right knowledge and understanding that everything is governed by law and order, and that there are universal laws that governs all of humanity. And you have to understand them by knowing that everything is based, as I said before, on energy, vibration, and frequency. Therefore, if you are looking outwardly instead of looking inwardly, it would be very hard for you to live by faith. And only the just shall live by faith. So, my brothers and my sisters, you know what you desire in life. You know that if you take a pen and a piece of paper and you write it down and you be very much detailed about it, you be definite about it, and you read it over and over and over and over, night after night, before you go to bed. And then after you read it night after night, before you go to bed, you close your eyes and focus and visualize yourself being and doing or having. What you're doing is as if you're acting out a movie, because you're now in the theater of your mind and you're acting out a scene, because you have chosen the script, knowing that you are the author, knowing that you are the finisher, knowing that you are the director, you are the producer, you are the star in your own movie, knowing that you are the alpha and the omega. Yeah. Knowing that there's no one else in this world but God, having a human experience. And so you see things through the eye of God, which is through the eye of imagination. Because God in man is man's awareness of being, man's imagination, man's consciousness, man's awareness. And once you're aware of that, and you persist in that assumption, because everything you see in this world, it was first assumed. In other words, it was first a thought, it was first an idea, it was first imagined. It was first assumed that it is possible. There was a time when there was no telephone. There was a time when there was no aeroplane. There was a time when there was no television, no Wi-Fi, none of these things. But they were already here in a certain realm, at a certain vibration and frequency. But it wasn't until someone was willing to vibrate on such a frequency by transmuting their energy to think in a certain way and to do things in a certain way. Not until they were able to do that, that the rest of humanity could have benefit from such science and technology. So basically, you're a spiritual scientist and you're working by spiritual laws. But you have to know, first of all, as I mentioned earlier, that you're a spirit and you're just having a human experience. So always live from the inside out, not from the outside in. And once you have that kind of knowledge and you really believe in yourself and you really learn to love yourself, you really learn to embrace yourself, you learn the power of self-knowledge. As long as you come to that place that you're so convinced that thoughts become things, you would know that an assumption, though false, if persisted in, it would harden into fact. It would become a hardened objective fact. Let me give you another example of why this is so true. You have a conscious and a subconscious mind. Me speaking to you here, this is me using the conscious. But the subconscious mind is easily impressed just as you're about to go to bed. And the subconscious mind is very much impartial. The subconscious mind is blind. And you've been given that secret in the Bible, in the story of Esau and Jacob and their father Isaac, who was blind, speaking of a subconscious mind. And you'll be able to steal the blessing as Jacob. I think I said Isaac a while ago. Isaac is the father, but Jacob and Esau, they're the brothers, okay? Children of Isaac, okay? So Isaac is blind, which represents the subconscious mind. And you are Jacob, the supplanter. We're going to steal the blessing from Esau. Esau, the hairy man, is your outer self. This structure, this body that you think to be you, that you think to be so real and so solid. And most people think so because they never had any outer body experience. Also, most people think this world here to be so solid and real because they never had any real outer body experience. But once you have those kind of experience, you would know that this is a simulation. And you would know that you can bend reality to your will. Because you're born in this world with your will and your perception. You're born with your reasoning. You're born with your memory. You're born with your intuition. You're born with your imagination. You're born with all of your mental faculties. And you have to use them when you're using the law of assumption. So an assumption, though false, let me repeat myself, if persisted in, it would definitely harden into fact. So my brother, my sister, with such a knowledge, you've been empowered, you've been equipped. All you have to do is use it morning, noon, and night. And don't force anything. Do it effortlessly. Just assume, because when you assume is when you order. But you have to wait because there's a lot of gestation. Okay? So my brother, my sisters, order and wait, because you have desires and you want to feel that you are well accomplished in life. You want to feel well fulfilled. But what is stopping you? The only thing that is stopping you is you, your doubts, your fear, your belief system. And as I come to a close here, I want to say, if you were raised to believe in secular Christianity and to point, that is pointing you to look outwardly, and you believe the Bible is literal and believe that the Bible is secular history, most likely you would live your life in doubt, fear, guilt, shame, and condemnation. And those kind of negative vibration and frequency will keep you limited, and it will block you from really operating in your innate ability, because you will not be able to operate in your God self when you separate yourself from God, because religion wants you to separate yourself from God. Okay? They don't want you to be one with your higher self, your true essence. So with that being said, my brother and sisters, I can go on and on and on, but the key is an assumption, though false, if persisted in, it would definitely harden into fact. You can either believe it or you can doubt it. But how could you know it if you never put it to work in your life and be patient? Okay? So with that being said, my brother and my sister, I want to thank you very much for listening to me. I want to say to you, if this is the very first time that you listen to me, what I'm saying, if it really makes sense, if it really resonates with you, and you haven't subscribed already, I definitely want to encourage you to subscribe, to like, to comment, and to share this video. Also, if you'd like to follow me on Instagram, you'd like to follow me on TikTok, you can definitely follow me at Black Mad Guru. And if you'd like to get my books, the links are all down below. If you'd like to become a part of my Patreon community, I will definitely encourage you to do so. However, for those who are donating $20 or more, you have access to a course that is called the Inner Sun Science and Technology to create your reality consciously. And along with that is a bonus course on self-concept. Also, if you'd like to be a part of my 9 morning creative and innovative imagination challenge, I'll definitely encourage you to become a part of my Patreon community. Okay, and for those who are donating $20 or more, you'll definitely get all of the videos that I'll be posting for the next 9 mornings, starting from tomorrow morning. Okay, I would encourage you to wake up around 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. So anything between 3 to 5 a.m. you're going to wake up, and I'll give you the instruction of what to do. Okay, I already make a video on that. It's already, I think it's supposed to be posted up by now. Okay, and you can listen to that, and when you wake up in the morning, you listen to it again and do exactly what I am telling you to do. Okay, there's a scripture. There are scriptures that I will give you to go into the Bible. It wouldn't take you more than 10 minutes. Okay, it's like a 10 minutes video, and you're gonna read it. Okay, and you're gonna do what I tell you to do. Okay, and once you do what I tell you to do, then you can go back to bed. Okay, and you can fall asleep in the assumption that it is definitely so as you desire it to be. So, my brother and my sisters, the choice is definitely yours. Okay, if you really, really, really want to invest in yourself, okay, you will definitely invest in yourself. Okay, because there's nothing more valuable than you. Never put money above yourself. Don't ever do that. So my brother, my sisters, as I come to a close, I want to say, make sure, if it's one thing, make sure that you check out all of the links that are down below. Okay, and let your intuition lead you and guide you into what to do. And if you feel led to become a part of my Patreon community, you're so much welcome. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you all, out.